everyone, today we'll talk about this new lectures, list of objects, and these are the objectives of this lecture. So list of objects, Python list can hold a list of class objects that we create. So previously we take the list and we can create a list of integer, list of string. Now we can create a list of a class of objects that we have created. So to do that, we have first to create an empty list and then append the multiple classes inside that list. We can append different type of classes inside that list, but it's preferred to append the same type of classes inside that list. So each element inside that list will be an object of that class. So directly we will go to the examples, and here we have a class called students and consists of two attributes and one method: student name, GPA, and enroll course. So if you have given the following class, that means the class already constructed before, and you don't need to construct it again. So this is like notation that you don't have to create this class. Just write the main program to enter the class information. So we have to write a main program to enter the class information for 100 students. Here is the problem. If it's a small number like 3 or 5 or 4 students, in that way we can just define object 1 as students, object 2 as students, object 3 as students, and so on. But because the number of students is high, in that way we have to use a list. So using a list will make it easier for us to iterate or make a loop for these 100 students, and then we read information or we make any conditions that we want on that information. So to answer these questions, write the main program to enter a class information for 100 students and print how many students have got GPA over 50. So here we have a student name and GPA, and we want to know from these 100 students how many students have passed or got GPA over 50. So directly I will go to the code here. I will show you. This is the class students have already implemented. So if you have given the following class, then write the main program. So the class already implemented before, I implemented for you. So here we have a constructor, receive a name and GPA, and we create the two attributes, and we have one method. This is the enroll courses. Okay. Then this is our solving the problem. We have to create a new list, empty list. This is the step that we create a new list. So here we name it st list, the student list. That's me. Then we iterate from on the numbers that we want. So here we have 100 students. So we have start a loop from I in range 0 to 100. That's mean we start a loop for 100 students. Then we read the name, input from the screen, input the name and GPA. Then we take the name and GPA and append it inside that list. So in that way, student list dot append. This is the student list dot append. A student, the class we create, and we pass the name and GPA for the constructor. And this is the steps where we enter the student information from that question. So here write the main program to enter the class information for 100 students. Then the second part is to count how many students have got the GPA over 50. So we have to also start a loop, and in this time we iterate on the object inside that list. So each element will be the object inside that list, and we have to compare if the object dot GPA over 50. So here we have to convert it to integer, so in order to compare it with another integer value. If the object GPA over 50, we increase the count 1, and after the loop it will finish, we will just print the total count that we want. So here in this steps we create we iterate over the list, the 100 student list, and we see how many GPA over 50. Let's try this. I already complete the code here, and this is the same code that you see before. So here in this part we have enter the information inside that list, and we append it, and in this part we count how many students have got GPA over 50. So just for to try this, I will make this 5 in order just to try it, because I don't want to enter 100 students now. Okay, so this is the run. Enter the student name. I will enter the first name. Yeah, for example, the GPA is 60. Omar. The second student GPA, for example, let's say 45. So until now we count one student over 50. Khalid, and the GPA, for example, 70, and Ahmed, and the GPA is 38. Still another student. Okay, let's say for example Khalil, the GPA is 90. Okay, so here we enter 5 students. 5 students here. We have 5 students. We have 2 students, the 45 and 38, below 50, so they will not count. We have 3 students that their GPA is over 50. The code we created here. So how to access the object inside the list? By this way. Thanks for listening, and see you soon.